Chapter 1. The Allure of Mexican Gay 777. In the bustling heart of the city, where the neon lights clashed with the darkness of the night, I found myself navigating the labyrinth of online marketplaces. Craigslist, a digital bazaar teeming with promises of bargains and treasures, beckoned to me as I sought to furnish my new apartment with affordable finds. Amidst the sea of listings, one caught my eye, an elegant couch that seemed to exude an aura of comfort and style. From the pictures, it appeared to be in pristine condition, a rare gem hidden amidst the digital clutter. Ignoring the faint twinge of doubt that nagged at the back of my mind, I reached out to the seller, identified only by the enigmatic email address mexicangay777hotmail.com. The response came swiftly, a beacon of hope in the vast expanse of the digital realm. Despite the unsettling nature of the email address, I forged ahead, eager to seize the opportunity for a bargain. With trembling fingers, I typed out my offer, oblivious to the dangers that lurked beneath the surface. Within minutes, the reply arrived, a confirmation of my offer, accompanied by a request for my address. Though a sense of unease gnawed at the edges of my consciousness, I complied, driven by the allure of a seemingly unbeatable deal. As I prepared to embark on the journey to claim my prize, a sense of trepidation gripped me, a lingering doubt that whispered warnings of impending danger. But the promise of a perfect couch, coupled with the thrill of adventure, spurred me forward, blinding me to the perils that lay ahead. Arriving at the seller's address, a wave of apprehension washed over me as I beheld the modest facade of the house. Though outwardly unassuming, the building seemed to emanate an aura of malevolence that sent shivers down my spine. Ignoring the growing sense of unease, I pressed on, determined to see the transaction through to the end. Stepping across the threshold, I was greeted by the seller, a middle-aged man with a disarming smile and a twinkle in his eye. Though his demeanor was friendly enough, a primal instinct warned me to proceed with caution, to trust the nagging voice of doubt that echoed in the recesses of my mind. Leading me into the dimly lit living room, the man gestured towards the couch, a shadow of its former self, marred by scuff marks and small tears that betrayed its true condition. Disappointment clawed at my heart as I realized the extent of the deception, but a stubborn resolve hardened within me, driving me to confront the seller and demand answers. With a practiced smile, the man offered to lower the price, a tempting proposition that danced on the edge of my conscience. But as he leaned in close, his words took on a sinister undertone, hinting at a darker truth hidden beneath the surface. Recoiling in horror, I fled from the house, vowing never again to trust the siren song of Craigslist. Little did I know, this encounter was just the beginning of a journey into the heart of darkness, a descent into the depths of online peril from which I might never return. Chapter 2. The House of Shadows. Undeterred by the horrors of my previous encounter, I returned to the digital realm of Craigslist in search of a car for my son's upcoming birthday. Among the listings, a Toyota Camry caught my eye, a reliable vehicle at an unbeatable price. Ignoring the faint echoes of doubt that lingered in the recesses of my mind, I reached out to the seller, eager to secure the perfect gift for my son. Arriving at the seller's address, a sense of foreboding washed over me as I beheld the modest facade of the house. Though outwardly unassuming, the building seemed to exude an aura of malevolence that sent shivers down my spine. Ignoring the warning signs, I pressed on, determined to see the transaction through to the end. Stepping across the threshold, I was greeted by an eerie silence that hung heavy in the air, a palpable sense of unease that clung to the shadows like a specter. Despite my growing trepidation, I pressed on, determined to confront the seller and claim what was rightfully mine. Navigating the dimly lit interior, I searched in vain for any sign of life, but the house remained eerily still, a silent sentinel guarding its secrets with a steadfast resolve. With each passing moment, the sense of unease grew, a gnawing fear that whispered warnings of impending danger. Approaching the back door, I froze in horror as a chilling sight met my gaze. A figure, frozen in time, standing as if caught in the throes of death. With trembling hands, I reached out to touch the grotesque form, only to recoil in horror as I realized the truth. It was not alive, but a macabre imitation of humanity. A taxidermied abomination that sent a wave of revulsion coursing through my veins. With a strangled cry, I turned and fled from the house. The memory of that chilling sight burned into my mind like a brand. Little did I know, this encounter was just the beginning of a nightmare from which I might never awaken. Chapter 3. The Temptation of Technology. As the days turned to weeks and the memory of my harrowing encounters faded into the recesses of my mind, I found myself drawn once more into the twisted web of Craigslist. This time, it was not furniture or cars that tempted me, but a simple phone. An iPhone 5 offered at a price too good to pass up. Meeting the seller in a dimly lit parking lot, I handed over the money with trembling hands, eager to secure the coveted device. Yet, as I watched the seller's retreating figure, a sense of unease settled over me like a heavy fog, warning me of dangers unseen. As I drove home, the feeling of being watched haunted me, a sense of foreboding that refused to be ignored. Every shadow seemed to conceal unseen threats, and I found myself glancing nervously over my shoulder, half expecting to see danger lurking in the darkness. When the black Honda Civic appeared in my rearview mirror, my heart skipped a beat, and a cold sweat broke out across my brow. Panic clawed at the edges of my mind as I realized the truth. I was being followed, hunted like prey by unseen predators. Desperate to escape, I drove faster, the roar of the engine drowning out the pounding of my heart. With every turn, I prayed for deliverance, knowing that the horrors of Craigslist were far from over. Little did I know, the worst was yet to come. Chapter 4. Into the Abyss. As the night stretched on, consumed by fear and uncertainty, I found myself teetering on the edge of madness. The events of the past weeks replayed in my mind like a twisted symphony of horror, each note a reminder of the darkness that lurked within the heart of Craigslist. With trembling hands and a heart heavy with dread, I vowed to break free from the clutches of this online nightmare, to reclaim my life from the shadows that threatened to consume it. But even as I spoke the words aloud, I knew that the road ahead would be fraught with peril, a treacherous journey into the heart of darkness. Chapter 5. The Aftermath. In the aftermath of my harrowing ordeal, I emerged battered but unbowed, a survivor of the horrors that lurked within the depths of Craigslist. Though the nightmares still haunted my dreams and the scars of my ordeal lingered, I found solace in the knowledge that I had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. With each passing day, the memories of those harrowing encounters faded, replaced by a steely resolve to never again fall victim to the siren song of online marketplaces. Yet, even as I moved forward, I knew that the specter of Craigslist would always loom large in my mind, a constant reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. But for now, I allowed myself a moment of respite, a chance to breathe easy in the light of day and revel in the knowledge that I had triumphed over adversity. And though the road ahead was uncertain, I faced it with courage and determination, knowing that no matter what trials awaited me, I would emerge stronger on the other side.